Another aspect of the word that you mentioned, this incel culture, would be the lockdowns. Were these individuals subject to social isolation? Were their schools shut down? Were they reduced to being chronically online? Is that when their radicalization or their mental instability began? I'd certainly, if I were the FBI, be interested in looking into that, because it is. I mean, if we're going to try to get an idea of the totality, the context of these individuals, their lives and their beliefs, what motivated Tyler Robinson to commit such a heinous, horrible, evil act, you do have to look at every aspect of what has formed and informed this person, whether it is their religion, their relationship with their family, their political views, their drug use, their alcohol use, their friendships, their online habits, their sexual habits. All of these things play into it and form the totality of evidence. And you have to wonder, or I wonder, I should say, and if I were the FBI, I would be investigating this when this type of chronically online behavior, this foray or experimentation with these extreme things, drugs and sex, furry pornography, specifically the transgender ideology, when that began and where it came from.
Well, I think that's right. And it's actually not that I cite these guys very often, but there was a piece in the New Yorker a couple weeks ago, and it was called "How Monsters Went from Menacing to Misunderstood." And they, just in the subhead, they wrote, "For most of human history, monsters were repugnant aberrations, breaches of the natural and moral order. What's behind our relentless urge to humanize them?" And so I think that's something that, we really as a society have, you call it Disney movies, Pixar, et cetera. We're always sort of looking for, the whole movie series Wicked is about trying to humanize and the Wicked Witch and saying, oh, she was just misunderstood, and actually Dorothy was the bad one, and see, you totally don't get it. And Maleficent was a whole series like this too, also pushed by Disney. And so there's all these things pushed throughout our culture where we take the monstrous and we say, no, it's just misunderstood. But we can't do that from a legal perspective and from a societal justice perspective, can we?
No, and I don't think that that's what this is. I think understanding the totality of what formed the ideology that motivated Tyler Robinson, who is alleged by authorities to have assassinated Charlie Kirk, I think the reason to investigate the background and the context of him and his motivations and his ideological formation is because this is an increasingly common ideology among young men in our country.